enjoying right in. Tonight, we're going to be doing a 58 unit property. I think it may be student housing. I'm not sure. It's the way it's called. The name of the place is University Club. It's on the east coast of Florida, near Fort Lauderdale. So I mean, that's just trying to put two and two together. It doesn't mean what it is, but I'm just assuming it might be a student housing. But it's a nice little facility. Like I said, it's 58 units. It's going for just over 12 million, $75,000. Good income. But let's get right into it. So we're going to go to, let me go over here. Ooh, let me share my screen first. The little things we forget. I'm going to share, come up here and share. So you all can see the front page of the Buy It, Rent It, Profit.
Yes.
So we're going to, as always, we're going to come down here to workstations. We're going to go to downloads and tools and resources. Going to go to workstation. Once workstation opens, then we go to the grid, and this is our tools and resources page. And we're going to come here to Real Estate Investment Analyzer. This is our next generation deal analyzer. You can analyze single family homes, office space, multiple use. You can analyze obviously multifamily, any type of property that you're looking for. So this is the back of the envelope page. Basically, you fill in what it tells you to fill in. So it's 12,075,000. Their NOI is 901, 289. So to figure out your NOI is very simple. You take your not your gross income. You take your gross income minus your expenses and your vacancies, and that'll give you your NOI. Very simple. So we're going to go with a 7% interest rate, 30 years. So here's our debt service coverage ratio. Banks want to see that around 1.25. Any higher is always better. So we're not even halfway there. So we'll put a little bit more money down. Oh, there we are. We are more than halfway there. Let's try 30%. 33, 20. Let's try 28. Know what I was thinking. It's good enough. We can go down to 27. 26% down. So that gives us our cap rate. It's showing us our cap rate, what it's estimated to be, and our return on investment, almost a 6. And let's go into funnel analyzer. Let's share this screen instead. Once the funnel analyzer comes in, I don't know if I took a picture of this from the one thing I might not have done. So that's not a big deal. That just goes right here. You put a picture in it, but we are buying, and it is multifamily. And I'm just going to call this, I'll call it University. Bit of light shining on my screen. I can't see my keys. To know these keys by heart. So this was built in 1969. Great year for the Mets. Their first World Series. And okay, so the total site or the total area, the lot size is 74,923 square feet. And the gross rentable space is 47,056. All this information is on the OM. Generally, though, when a lot is this big, it'll give you the lot. It'll give you the acreage. You just have to break that down. And what's the square footage of an acreage? Just remember 711. 43 equals 4 and 3 equals 7. 5 and 6 is the 11. So it's 43,560 square feet in an acre. For those of you who didn't know. But I'm sure everybody knew, if you're a real estate professional, what acreage is. So now what I did here, since it was 58 units and the rents were absolutely all over the place, I just averaged them. They have a decent unit mix, no studios, which I was surprised because I think it might be student housing, but it might not be. They only have ones, twos, and ones and twos, and they have 1.5 bath, 1 bath, and 2 bath. So the twos will be all lumped together, but the number of units, 1 bedrooms, are just 4. The average square footage is 580, a little on the small side, but it's only a 1 bedroom. And the rent is $1,538. Like I said, it's just the average rent of the 4 units. The plus sign, and then we're going to go into the 2 bedrooms. This doesn't break out the bathroom, so there's going to be 3 sections of 2s. And there's 8 of these. And these are the 2 and 1s. And these are 715 square feet. And they rent for it, the average rent, $1,891. There's another set of 2 bedrooms, and there's 30 of these. And these are the 2 1.5s, which is kind of odd, but hey, I'm not going to squabble. But they're actually a little bit smaller in square footage. They're 710, but the rent is higher. $920 is the average rent. And one more, they have 2 bedroom, 2 bath. And there's only 16 of these. So this would be like, I guess for a family. These are 800 square feet. Not a bad square footage for an apartment. And they rent for average rent is $1,956. Other income. They list a pile of other income. So I'm assuming there's a laundry on the property. They didn't list it as a laundry. They just say, there's a utility reimbursement program plus another $32,000. So this gentleman has a company like Utility Ranger that does utility reimbursement. So they get $46,000 from that, and then all other income is $32,000. So that's a nice bit of other income. Oops. So that totals up to $78,658. And that other income doesn't have to be from a laundry. It could be from it could be from application fees. It could be from a laundry. It could be from vending machines on the property. But other than that, I mean, it could be from anything. Could be from a parking structure where they get some premium parking. But it didn't look like it when I was looking at the OM at the time. It just looked like there was uncovered parking. But these are some of the things you could receive other income from. That's why I was mentioning them. So here's our 5.99 cap rate. We haven't taken out not cap rate, cash on cash. Our cap right now is the almost 11, but we didn't put expenses in yet, so that's where we're going now. Let's go to the expense sheet. And yes, we do want to put in our expenses. Their property taxes were obviously incorrect, so I ran the numbers, and with the 4%. With the 4% early payment of property taxes, these property taxes at the price they want are $171,280. They list insurance at $75,750. So he does have some common utilities. He does get it. He pays $21,794, but in his rubs he gets back $46,000. So he's getting back roughly about 50% of what he pays. So he's not doing too bad there. That's 21,000, almost 892. So he actually lists trash. Unbelievable. A lot of people don't list this, but he does. You never hardly see these on offering memorandums, OMs. And he has maintenance repair of 23.2. And he has landscaping. Sorry about that. He has land. That's not a big number. It's $42. Then he has pest control. Yep, pest control here. Nope. Go ahead, another column, pest control. His pest control number is 3480. His admin fee is $43.50. He actually puts reserves in here. I was surprised to see that. But he has 14,500 reserves. And what else does he got? Oh, management fee. He obviously does outside management, or he's paying himself a management fee. But 67,386 for 58 units. That's not too bad. So let's see what his expenses are. So he's only 31%. So either he's running this place really well, or he's missing something. I'm going to guess he's missing something. He does have a lot of stuff on here. He has no advertisement. So he has no marketing or anything like that. He has no payrolls. So there's no utility.
Any electric in? Sorry, I can't see.
He has utility. He just lumps it into utilities right here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But he doesn't have any water and sewer listed either. So they're missing something here. And you find that out during your forensic audit. And once we really, really want to dive into this. But our cash on cash now, we haven't subtracted our expenses. That'll come up. So it's a 6.7 right now, which isn't bad. So here's all the numbers. This is the price of the property, and his cap rate went actually a little bit higher, which is good in a way, 7.65. So let's move this along. So we want a little bit more, so we can put a little bit less down on the property now. So after we put in expensive, he's 2.8. We can get this down to 2.5. Let's try a 6. 9. Oh, you know what? I went the wrong way. Silly me. There we go. That's good enough. So now we put 24% down. So it's only just about 3 million. So this is the report so far. This is what we put in. We still have another section to do. Our cash flow. So we're definitely going to raise rents, and we're going to go back and put in the pro forma rents too. Keep control of our expenses. Now our cap rate went to an 8. Look at that. Cost of sale 1.5 for 10 years. So let's see, running his numbers now. That took 16 minutes. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
So here's our final report. This is what you would take to the bank or your investors to show your investors. But look at this. Before we even put in the pro forma rents, we're at 16.5. This deal's looking pretty good. But wait, there's more.
Well, not till we find all the expenses that are
hiding.
Till
we find the expenses that are hiding. Exactly. So let's go back to income, and let's remember this was our gross rent, right? The 1,322,322 before we put in the that's property income before we put in the pro forma rents. So we said let's say we're currently renting these at $1,538, but we can get they're saying $1,600. And I did, I looked, I checked out the area on realtor.com. This is on the, it's on the East Coast of Florida, near Fort Lauderdale, a pricey place, but they're saying for a 2-in-1, they get 2,090. I believe that. For a 2 1.5, they can get 2,200. And for the 2 2s, they can get 2,275. Well, that's not a big jump in the rent, but it should definitely help. So here's our cash on cash at almost a 6.6. And here's our cap rate at 765. So let's see where we go after we plug in the new rents. So our cap went up to a 7, almost an 8. Our cash on cash is still basically the same, 6.6. Our expenses obviously went down. Now we're only 29% of our income, our expenses. Because we didn't increase our expenses, we only increased our rents. But let's go to the back now, because there's still one more thing we can play with. It was 16, now it went to a 17. But wait, there's more. What's the one other thing we can change?
The price.
Thank you, Karen. How much do we want to pay for this? Now, are we going to pay $12,075,000? Maybe we can pay $11,500,000.
That's what I was going to guess.
I put too many zeros. So now our cap rate went from a 7.5 to an 8.2. Right? Our cash on cash is still that. But let's go to see what our IRR is going to change to. And these are all the things you can play with. 18.35. Almost, we're on our way to 19. Now, granted, we are missing some expenses and a bunch of other things, and we put in the pro forma rents. So what's the other cool thing about this deal analyzer, you say? I know you're all saying it. How do I save this, Greg?
You beat me to
it. Right here, you got this, you have this link. Click the link and all of a sudden this little green copy comes up. This whole report's saved. So I'm going to come up here to my email and I'll share this screen. I'm not afraid. Make sure I'm in the right one. I am. So I'm going to compose an email. I'm going to send it to me. And I'm going to say link. Here it is. I'm going to send it to myself. And through the magic of high-speed electronics, there it is. And here's the report that we just did that you can print out and send to your bank. You can go over every aspect of it. You can send it to your senior underwriter. Everything is there. Everything we put in. Here's all our loan and debt analysis.
We can't see. Sorry.
Because I'm not sharing that page.
No, yep,
there we go. So everything's here. Let's start from page 1. There's our property details. Page 2, the property income with the nice new rents. Our expenses so far. And I say, once you send this off to your senior underwriter is going to contact the listing agent and say, hey, listen, something's missing here. We don't have any, there's no payroll, there's no advertising market, there's no water and garbage, there's no water and sewer. Come on, give us the real thing. We need it. We need it to nail this down. And that's the magic of high-speed electronics.
Can you
I what?
Taxes again?
I'm sorry? Oh, the formula for taxes?
Yes.
Absolutely, I can. So the formula for taxes is whatever you're paying, in this case, let's just say we're paying the $12,075,000. You times that by 0.80 because that's you're not paying. They call it property tax, but you're not paying tax on the land. You're paying tax on the building on the land. So they take out the 20% for the land. So that's why you times it by 0.80. Excuse me. Then you find out what the millage rate. So the millage rate on this property for that county is 18.4671. So you take the price you pay times 0.80 times the 18.4671. Then you divide that by 1,000, and that's going to be your tax rate. That's going to be the property tax you're going to pay. And the reason why most of them are incorrect on the OMs is because they're using last year's taxes. So it's basically almost 2 years behind. So in this case, it's we're at the beginning of 2024. So what they paid last year's taxes is from the year before's millage rate. So if you look at millage rate, you're not going to find a 2024 millage rate. You're going to see a 2023 millage rate because it's just the way it is. So, and that's all straightened out during title search and all that stuff when they're working out who's going to pay what at time of purchase, because you're going to pay the taxes that are, if anybody's a real estate professional, they'll know the year it's divided up into days, obviously, and they have to work out how many days are paid by the owner and how many days are going to be paid by the buyer. So that has to be all extrapolated out into months and days, and then when you buy the property, you're paying your portion of the taxes that the owner already paid. So you're actually paying them back. So it's a credit to the seller in this case, because they've already paid the taxes for the year. If that makes any sense. Hopefully I didn't confuse anybody. So at the end of that formula, the purchase price times 0.80, right, times the millage rate divided by 1,000. The next thing you want to do is you want to subtract 4%, because everybody pays their property taxes. Every smart person pays their property taxes early, and the state of Florida gives you a percentage off. Now, in November, if you pay them in November, you get 4% off. If you pay them in December, you get 3% off, and so on and so forth. And you have until the end of March to pay them. And at that point, you're paying 100% of the property tax you have to pay. Did I explain that correctly, Ms. Karen?
Yes. Excellent. Thank you.
I hope I did. I'm going to stop sharing now.
Okay.
Say hello to everybody. Hey, Terrence, how are you, sir?
Hey, Greg. Oh, there we go. Hey, Greg. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Terrence.
So we're about at the end of our presentation here, and the first thing I want to do is I want to thank our sponsors, Ed Kaffa School of Real Estate. I want to thank Home Depot Pro, and I want to thank Karen. Help me out here. My House Deals. My House Deals. When you come on to our Terrence, can I ask you to mute yourself because you're crackling?
I'm sorry.
No worries. I want to thank My House Deals. And when you become a subscriber on our website, if you go to www.brpedu.com, it's free to become a subscriber. You're going to get emails and with case studies and all kinds of great information. Sometimes there's little homeworks on them, great explanations of certain things, any industry terms and what have you. So to become a subscriber, it's free to get those emails. If you want to become a member, there's a 7-day free trial right now, and you have access to the entire platform. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight, and thank you to everybody for showing up, and I'm going to stop recording.